Seems a bit odd. Thankfully we're moving through this quite quickly, because everybody else has moved out. Like, you will get the odd monkey like this dipshit here is going down the shut lane, like, you know, past the 600 yard mark, because he'll drive all the way down to the fucking cones and, oh yeah, look, he's found himself a little hole he's pushed into. Oh, that's fine. Not bad, that'll do. The next one I'm going to do it as well. But that's what happens, this is it, when people do that and they drive all the way down to the cones and they expect to get let in. This is what happens to this lane, the one that's actually open. They have to slow down and stop, and then it just bottles up. And this lane, the one that's open, eventually grinds to a halt because people are having to let people through. And it's not fair, really. If they use their fucking common sense, they see that the signs are telling them, oh, lane closed. Right, oh, then lane's closed. 800 yards from where that sign is. But I can see it literally another fucking 100 yards in front of that, so 900 yards specifically, or the mile mark or the fucking where the roadwork sign is. If you move over then when the traffic's still moving freely, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, no hassles, no problems, you just get on with it. I know I am actually, you know, I'm living in a fantasy world. This would be my ideal world by any, you know, that's by no stretch of the imagination. But it does make you wonder what they're doing here now, though. What's gone wrong that they're having to fuck all this lot off? Are we done? Can we move back? Looks like it. We be jamming. Because they had all this fucking lot dug up last time. Oh man, that was a nightmare. Absolute fucking nightmare. Thankfully though, yes, not too much of a bother. Cruise control on. Oh, adjusting my bum because my bum's gone numb. Right, we've got 3 o'clock. We're at this part of the world, so I reckon quarter to 4, maybe. By the time we get back in the yard, should be. I know the U pair, you'll be all right, you'll be fine, but I don't know how the back pair are gonna fare. I hope they do. That's why I was a bit pissed off with that, because I didn't really want to be hanging around too much with traffic, and I know that they will record for about 3, just under 3, I think. It's 2:45, I think. And I know it don't take that long to get back to the yard, so fingers crossed. You never know. This A38's a lovely road, isn't it? It's great. It's a brilliant road. It absolutely is. Until somebody fucks up or somebody shoves roadworks on it, then it's a nightmare. It does make you wonder, with these type of roads where they have pedestrian crossing sections, right? I really do think to myself that they didn't think that through very well. I don't know why they didn't make pedestrian bridges or subways. I don't know why they didn't do that. Because you know full well that this is a dual carriageway. Yeah? It is an old road, I'll give you that. And they have got built up areas around either side of them in certain areas. There are lots of field as well. But why didn't they think, do a bit of foresight and go, well, this could get a bit, in years to come, this road could get either widened, which it has done. It's a dual carriageway now, because I bet you it wasn't originally. But people might have to cross this road, so why don't we make it either a footbridge or a subway to walk underneath it? I don't know. I think it's a lot. The main pedestrian sections of these type of roads, they ought to really consider doing something like that. You know, I think personally, it'd be far more safer. And also, I know that there is a lot of them down this part, but there's a big section of the A38 that hasn't got a footpath on it. And it really could do with having a footpath stroke cycle path made for the whole length of this, all the way down, to remove cyclists off this particular road as well, and put them out the way. And you can class it then as a super cycles highway if you want. I don't care. But it gets them off this particular road, because I'll tell you now, they still do it. On the very odd occasion, they still come cycling down this fucking thing. I've had one going down this way on this stretch of road when there's a fucking cycle path over there. Man, honestly. But yeah, do you think that'd be a good idea though, eh? Making subways or footbridges for pedestrians in roads like this? I think it'd be cool. Safer. Easier. Would have flashed you in there, but he didn't actually give me a chance. I didn't flash you. You flashed back, bro. I didn't flash you. You was already pulling over. When you got to admit it, when you see these fast roads, there are A roads, and they have lay-bys and small junctions and the odd services, you know, petrol station knocking about up and down these. I'm like, they are outdated in a sense, because these roads are fast. They're a 70-mile-an-hour road, right? You got to realise that these garages and junctions and lay-bys, they're trying to pull onto a road that is a 70-mile-an-hour road, and it's. But there's no way around it. There's no kind of result, I don't know, solution to it to make it easier for people to enter the road from a standstill, basically. There's no easy way of doing it. There's no solution to give them a better run up. That's why when I can, if I see a junction like that on one of these roads, I will move over, but that's only if I can. I don't have to. They have to wait for me. That's why it's give way to the right. But you know yourself, then it's always appreciated when you know that somebody's moved over to let you in, because it gives you that fighting chance. I don't know, it's weird, isn't it? But people who are in those junctions, or the services, the petrol stations, sometimes they don't actually help themselves either, because you'll find that those mares will pull out when you've got nowhere to go. You're like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? So you have no choice but to fucking jump on the brakes to slow yourself down, and in one of these things, that ain't fucking easy. And worst of all, thankfully it don't happen often, but worst of all is when they do pull out in front of you and then just go and they don't go now with a fucking poodle. They don't accelerate. They just gently fucking trickle up to about fucking 45 miles an hour, like, you fucking brainless moron, it's a 75 mile an hour. Oh, good grief. But they do. 45 mile and a 70 mile road, it's like, what are you doing? They pull out and they crawl out the fucking junction or the service. What are you doing? Fuck it off. Put your foot down. Go for it. Or better still, you should realistically have waited me to fucking pass you, you tit. Checking in the mirrors, watching for a gap, sticking the indicator on, but Mr. Red Car's coming through, so we better fucking hope it don't go out. There you go. Yeah, well, whatever. Well, we're not far from the A5, but we will take a little venture down the 5148 first. Yes, at least I think so. It should be. Because the A38 continues off to the left, and this little bit of road now is no longer the A38. It's not. It just isn't. It looks like it, but it's not. No. If you look at this sign here on the left, it tells you 5148. It's not the 38. No, it isn't. You'd be surprised how many people actually pay attention to that. As soon as they come off the A5 up there, they immediately assume that this is a 38. Yes, it's got the sign on the island in brackets 38, but this is not the 38. No. 5148. The A5148, which links onto the M6 toll and the A5. I think. Yeah, doesn't it? Because you go off the island, go down there, blah, 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 you can get onto the toll road and the A5, and you can also go that way, heading down towards, what is this, 461, is it? Is that right? I think so. Let's have a look. No, 461's that way, in brackets, up the A5. That's the somewhere or other. Something else that one is, I don't know. I ain't sure. 5127? Does that ring a bell? Yeah. Yeah. Nice little island this is. You just have to be aware of what's either side of you, because you're in the middle of it, and hope that nobody tries to cut round there too much and cut in and they're in the wrong lane. It's like this one here is behind me now, has just got to indicate on to move into this lane. Well, there's no need. Read the sign, it says A5. She could have stayed there quite happily and gone all the way through without a bother. I don't get that, I don't. Why some people, when they come round there, they're on, see, when I pull up that junction at the island there, I'm in the middle, right? They get people on my right, they'll go all the way around and they'll cut over. And I don't get that, because they are actually in the A5 direction, because it's a dual carriageway continuation. But yet they try and cut in front of you when there's no need. There's just absolutely no need. The only reason why I use the middle lane there is so it puts me on the outside. So then I'm on lane 1, if you like, on the near side lane. Outside around the island, near side on the dual carriageway. That just makes sense, doesn't it? It just simplifies things. It also helps if you read the fucking signs as well, you know. That's always key to all of it, eh? You read the fucking instructions in front of you. It's like going up here now as I get up on towards the Mutley corner. This lane that I am in now, right? It's fine for the time being, but as soon as it approaches the island, it is then designated left only. Not designated left only, but if I want to cut in front of all the traffic, I can just fucking cut in front of every fucker at the island. No! You don't do that. That's not what it's for. But the amount of time that drivers do it, and here's the shit kicker, I've seen HGV drivers do it, bus driver did it in front of me, right, and called me all the arseholes under the sun. I'm like, hang on a minute, you fucking bellend. You're the one who's just put all your passengers in jeopardy by cutting up that. Oh, I give up. I give up. So I'll put my indicator on now. This is force of habit, this is. The reason why I put my indicator on round about there is because that lay-by. I've always done it. It's knowing the road, obviously, you know, local knowledge as they call it. Because when you approach that lay-by, as you're coming round the bend, you can't see it, so you can't actually see if anybody wants to get out. So me being me, I'll just fucking move over early, that's all. Simple as that. Plus as well, you're moving over into pretty much a open space piece of road. Yes, it's early, but it serves a purpose. It's not done for the fucking fun of it, you know what I mean? But you've gone past 2 signs already that's telling you what's going on ahead of you, right? Big sign there that's telling the direction of the road. Then you come up to another sign now, green one, which is telling you again what's going on with these 2 lanes. On the floor itself is now painted, telling you what's going on with these 2 lanes. And there you are, look, there's the first one up there. The transit van decided he didn't want to wait. No, fuck it. Here we are again, 2 more signs on the road telling you what the lanes are doing. Plus in front of them, 2 big fucking green signs now telling you again what's happening. Now 2 more signs. So you can't tell me there ain't enough warning. You know what I mean? Yeah, look. And then here's another one, look, here's another sign, look, saying there, and that's the last one. Oh, isn't it brilliant, isn't it? Fucking fantastic. Absolutely. All those signs telling you what's coming up ahead, how to approach this particular island. And yet they still come up on the left-hand side and cut in at the island, cutting people up. You know what I'd like? This is what I would love to see happen. A device in the island, right, on those hatchings, whereas if somebody approaches it, it fires up a bunch of spikes out the floor and busts every single tyre. Done. And they're left in that hatchings area stuck. I'd love that. I would be pissing myself laughing, I would. My cameras would be out. I'd invite my fucking family down there. I'd have the cat, the dog. I'd have everybody there. We'd have a picnic, and we'd all be ganging around this particular person who is stuck in those hatchings because he's been a fucking bellend trying to cut through all the traffic. I'd make a party of it. You know what I mean? Oh well. It really, really riles me. There's been times where I've joined the queue and I've been halfway down that road, steadily going up, and you're all the fuckers going past. Not all of them cutting, but the odd one or two, they'll do it, they'll sneak in. Worse so at the island, and it frustrates me because I'm thinking, well, what am I doing? Am I a mug? Is that what it is? It makes you feel like, well, if you abide by the rules, you just don't seem to win. You lose. But actually, you don't. You do win in the end. It just takes a bit longer, that's all. Because you'll find that eventually, however long it takes, somebody will do that, where they'll go out up the inside and they'll cut in at the last minute, but they'll catch the wrong person who's there. And there's going to be an accident, and they will pay the price. I just hope that I'm there to film the fucker. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'll invite the family. You know, we'll have the cats, the dogs down there, the budgie will be in there. A couple of hamsters, I'll throw them in and all. You know, we'll have a barbecue and get some s'mores out if you like, if you want to go that far. You know, and then sing some songs and. While that idiot's in his car, and we'll get we'll film it all in one go. It'll be great fun. Have a good old party. We'll have banners out saying "Serves you fucking right, you bellend." You know what I mean? Posters splashed all everywhere. You are a cock. Yeah, that kind of shit. It'd be brilliant. Just make a big thing of it. I've even thought to myself, I wouldn't mind going up there in my car and grabbing a bunch of traffic cones and just fucking line them along there, just for the fuck of it, and then try and rob one of those directional blue signs and stick that in front of it. So when they do come whipping up there, they've got no choice but to stop because they can't get through without smacking it. They've got to go left. Fuck them. But I think the spikes though is a great idea. That's just fucking awesome. Just a sensor. You know. Anybody in the right lane, off they go, nice and steadily. They come up there and try and cut through the light, like some sort of a beam of light, a radar, or whatever else, and sense, what the fuck, and click. All these fucking spikes shoot up and fucking tyres are gone, mate. Shredded. Try explaining that one to the police. How'd you end up here, mate? Was you trying to cut up on the inside of everybody who's queuing up in the right lane? No, officer. No. I was trying to avoid Avoid who? There's no one to avoid on this junction. Try again. Fucking unreal. Unbelievable. Oh dear. Well, finally it's brightened up. It's really nice, isn't it? 16 degrees as well. Fucking hell, that's like a summer's day in this country. 16 degrees. Oh, now you're just taking the piss. You just dropped to 15 degrees just because I said that. You git. Bloody hell, man, 15 degrees, that's brilliant. Does that mean summer's almost here then? Ah, fucking fantastic. Might be getting my bike out to get a work on next time then, depending on what time it starts. You watch tomorrow, 5 o'clock. You see, if it's too early, I can't use my bike to get to work on. And if it's pissing down the rain, I can't use my bike either, because I'm not going to be fucking getting soggy wet just to go to work. Fuck that. What's the hold up, people? Why are you dawdling? Come on, fucking hurry up. Let's get on with it. Oh, what are we on? 2 hours 16 minutes, and the video has been going for 2 hours 26 minutes. So we're getting close to that one. And then in the back there, getting very close. Yeah. But this time it's gonna have to be chopped. I think I'm not gonna do it as a big video like that. I don't think I will. I might halve it. Have I halved it? I don't know. I might do. I ain't decided yet. We'll see. It's like, well, you can if you want to. Part 1 and part 2. This is another thing I tend to disagree with as well. So this HGV driver here, right? He's on that side of the road, and he's going to go up there. He is, right? That to me is like you're driving like a car driver. You know what I mean? So he's going to go up there now. He's going to cut in. Right? That's the sort of shit that can't see. There he is. Look, yeah, on the outside. He's going to try and force his way in, and that to me is it's bad driving, really, when you come to think about it, being an HGV driver. No, I really don't agree with that. I expect these monkeys to do it because they're brainless idiots. They just don't know any better. But an HGV driver, no. Whether I'm just a fucking snob or not, I don't know. But no. You can't be in that much of a hurry. You just can't be. I don't care where you are, what you're doing. If you're late, you're fucking late. So what? It doesn't mean that your driving standard drops below average. You know what I mean? Just fucking don't. And before you start whinging at me saying, "Well, it's not illegal." No, it's not illegal. It's not anything like. It's nothing to do with that. It's what you end up having to do. It's where you end up putting yourself. And then what happens to people that you are trying to barge your way in front of? Remember, we get that shit all the while with car drivers. But as a HGV driver to do it, he's just, no, it's not right. It's just not right at all. You'll still get there. You really will. Yeah, well, never mind. And here we are at the Turf Island. Isn't the Turf pub looking rather posh? It's a nice paint job, though, isn't it? Looks really nice in the sunshine. See, this monkey here, he didn't even give me a chance to get round the island. He's cut straight over, look, and he's moved himself back over again. I mean, yes, you can do it. It's not really advisable, but you can do it, right, if you want to cut in front of the traffic. I mean, yeah, I know. Maybe I'm just being picky, but it fucking frustrates me. It really does, because they think it's their right to do that kind of shit. No, if you're going to do it correctly. By all means. You have got the power, go around the road properly and fuck it off out my face. That's all I ask. But the island is not designed to, it's not an overtaking spot, believe it or not. Right? It's the truth. An island is not for overtaking. But that's what they end up using it for. They use it to overtake. The reason why it's got the 2 lanes on the exit is for the people coming from the right. And they come round. As you're going round, you're into the island, they come round and they follow you. And then they can blend in whenever. it's not from your direction to actually overtake, because the lane he was in, yes, I know it's got an arrow on it to go forward to help with the traffic flow, but realistically, it shouldn't. It should only be a right-hand turn, really. But that's just me being picky. I like being picky. Yeah. Like here now, look, you've got the big signs that telling you that the lane's closing off, but they're still adamant that they've got to get in front of the fucking Arctic, even though this bit here is for me to stop in. But this bellend here wants to fucking put himself in harm's way. It's no good putting your fucking hazards on, mate. At the end of the day, that means I've got to back off a bit more now to increase my space that was there in the first place. All because you can't be arsed to sit behind the fucking Arctic. I don't get it. I don't understand the mentality. You're not going to get there any different, right? And besides, I'm probably going somewhere you're not. So I'll be turning off somewhere. You can carry on your journey. Instead, now what you end up doing is forcing your way down, and the lane's closing off and taking away more space. It's true. There's absolutely no need for it. No need whatsoever. And when you're entering this island here, this can be a little bit confusing to some people as well, especially if they're not used to it. I mean, it is a bit of a weird one, but if you look before you do, right, the lane that I'm going to be in now is the far left. As you can see, it says A5, M6 obviously the top one, we've got A5, the 460 south and the A34, right? Well, I don't want to be doing the 34, and I certainly don't want to be doing the A460 either. I want the A5. So you follow it round, but watch the lanes when you go round. You go all the way around the outside. But some people think that as you go around the outside, because you're following the lane where you're supposed to be going, they think you're going off down the 34, but you're not. And you don't want to be indicating, because if you indicate, that means you're going to go off up towards the orbital. You don't want to be doing that either. So you have to follow the line all the way around, right? And hope that they don't think that you're going down there. And you come all the way around, happy days, follow it around, keep yourself in the track. And it's not difficult, nice and steady, there's no race. You haven't got to go millions of miles an hour around this bloody thing. Slight offset camber, or as they call it, a burst camber. Slight. Not much of one, but it's a little bit there, which then puts you in this lane, and you stay in the middle now. But they've labelled up the two lanes here, so it goes into two, right? This side of the line and the other side of the line goes off up to the A5, which I disagree with that. I think that's really bad planning, that is, because what it ends up doing is putting people up towards the bridge, and they have to force themselves in. I reckon they ought to fuck that off and have just one lane for the A5 to continue on. Save a lot of arse about that would, but you can't. Well, as a HGV driver, you put yourself on the left. Left is your home. That's where you need to be. You can allow vehicles to do that who've come from a different direction to scoot through. I mean, but when you have an Arctic sitting next to you doing that shit, which, trust me, it has happened before now, it's like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? What are you playing at? I just like the simple life, that's what it is. I'm just easy. I'm easy either way. I don't mind. I don't care. I just get on with it. I put this vehicle has to be put in a place and a position and a part of the road which is safe, not just for myself but for other road users, should I say. That's how I look at it. Because they are a big cumbersome thing, aren't they? Yeah. They are awkward. Not that many people out there understand and realise how awkward they are, because they just don't drive them. When you think of how many car and van drivers are out there on the roads compared to how many lorries are on the road, we're outnumbered by about fucking 10 to 1. Oh, well, it's been an absolute pleasure today, hasn't it? It's been fucking wonderful. I've really enjoyed that today. My voice is like ready to fucking die now, but fuck it, soldier on. Who cares? If it dies altogether, it dies altogether. I'm past worrying about it now. It'll be as it be, and that's the end of it. Round we go, nice and steady. We're almost there, nearly not quite. Steady, 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 looking up there, putting my foot down. Right, what have we got? Anyway, we can put this thing. Oh, fuck, seatbelt off. Because we're here. Get over here. I'm going to put it there. There seems a good enough place as any. Wait for him to shift. Ta-da! That's it then. I think we're done. Yeah, we're done. That's it. Game over. Did you enjoy that? I know I did. It was rather interesting today for a change. Normally I end up getting fucking bored halfway through because I've got fuck all else to talk about. But hey, I'll rattle your brain off. I'll tell you why. It's because I've had nothing to eat. That's what it is. Your fucking neurons are firing like fucking crazy. Well, I'm going to go and I'll speak to you later. So go on then. You've had your fun, toodle pip and all that. Go on then. Off you pop. Pop, poppity poppins. La di da di da, da da di di di, da di da di di.